Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Hera English School channel. Today in 10th standard history subject we are going to see political science part lesson number 2. The name of the lesson is the electoral process. Okay. Now as we know we are living in a democratic country. We are having elections every time. So what is that electoral process? We are going to study in detail now. Now elections is important. Why it is important? Because it is a media to elect the representative. Election brings change in the power through peaceful means. Different political parties get a chance to rule. Okay. Now we are going to see about 2.2, that is election commission. Some people are appointed who make up a commission. So let us see in detail the election commission. The election commission of India and the state level election commission conduct all important elections in the country. Under the article 324 of the constitution, Election Commission is an independent autonomous body. That means they have their own power. They cannot be interfered by any politician. Okay. The responsibility of conducting, managing and supervising the election procedure lies in the Election Commission. Okay. Now there are election commissioners who are being appointed. Now the Nation Election Commission, that is National Election Commission, conducts election for the office of President, Vice President and administrative election to Parliament and state legislature. Okay. Now we are going to see about election commissioner. The election commission consists of one chief election commissioner and two additional commissioners are there with him. All the commissioners are appointed by the President of India. A commissioner cannot be removed easily from his office for any political or travel reasons. Okay. The Constitution has preserved the independence of the Election Commission. A separate provision is made for the expense of Election Commission. Now Mr. Sukumar Sen was the first Chief Election Commissioner after our independence. Okay. Now we move on to 2.3, that is functions of Election Commission. What do you mean by functions? What work they do? Okay. Now the first function which is there is to prepare the voters list. What happens in this? To prepare the list of the eligible voters, that is their age is 18 years or not and they are Indian citizens or not. To include the names of the new voters. Okay. To delete the names of voters who died or one who have migrated to other place. To publish update voters list. To give photo identity cards to the voters. This is the first function. Okay. Now in the second function, that is to decide the timetable and program of the elections. Okay. Now here, to prepare and publish election schedule, to decide the entire process when and in how many stages election should be conducted. Okay. Now the third point, that is the third function, is scrutiny of the application of candidates. What do you mean? They go thoroughly to scrutinize whether the person is a right person who is voting and he is legal or not. To accept the application of the candidates, to scrutinize the applications, to give permission to contest election for eligible candidates and reject applications of disqualified candidates. Okay. Now the fourth point is to give recognition to the political parties. Okay. As in India, we have multi-party system. Election commissioner gives recognition to the new political parties, and it also allots election symbols to the political parties. Okay, we know the BJP is having the symbol of the lotus, Congress having the symbol of the hand. So many different parties having the symbol different. These are all given by the election commission. Now the fifth point we move on to is to solve the dispute relating to the elections. The election commissioner resolves all the dispute which rise during the elections. Dispute means any disagreement between the parties. To disqualify the candidate if he resorts to illegal means of contesting, that means if he is using the wrong ways in the election, during the process of election, he can be disqualified by the commission. To conduct the re-election in a particular constituency. Okay. Now the sixth function here of the election commission is restructuring the constitution. Constitutions are framed in proportion to the population, the area of that locality, and the proportion of that constitution is decided by the according to the population there. Okay. There are about 543 constituencies of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is having how many constituency? 543. Now delimitation commission restructures the constituencies. Okay. Mr. Sham Sharan Nege was the first voter of India. He was from Himachal Pradesh. He cast his vote on 25th of October 1951 when the general elections were held for the first time. Okay. Now we move on to 2.4, that is actually the process of election. The establishment of constituency, finalizing the voters list, nomination of the candidates, and scrutiny of their nomination forms, then the election campaign, then actual voting, then counting of the votes, and then finally the result of the election and resolution of the dispute regarding the election. These all things are done by the election commission. Okay. We further move on to the 2.5, that is code of conduct. What do you mean by code of conduct? There are some rules and regulations during the period when the elections are held. They are called as code of conduct. The first one is the code of conduct means the rules that are to be followed by the government, political parties and voters before and during the election. Okay. Second point, it is the responsibility of the election commission to conduct free and fair elections in a conducive environment. That is a proper environment which is safe for the voters. To curb the malpractice, that means to remove or make it short or to remove the malpractice during the election, a model code of conduct is issued. Rules and regulations are issued for all people, okay, during the time of election. Now the fourth point, its strict implementation gives a sense of relief to the common people. They think now we are safe, because sometimes many of the political parties, they go wrong way and they fight with the voters, or they make them pressurize the voters to vote for them. These all wrong malpractices are stopped due to code of conduct. Now we will see 2.6, that is challenges to conduct the free and fair election. Okay. First one is there is a large geographical landscape and larger population, number of voters in a huge challenge which during conducting the elections. Now many people who are very rich, they use the money and they attract the common people towards their party. Okay, so the misuse of the money has to be curbed or stopped. Now prohibit candidates with criminalized background from contesting the election, and the violence in the election is to be stopped. That's why so much of the police management is there while the elections are being conducted. Okay, now 2.7 we move on to, that is electoral reforms. To maintain the future and credibility of the democracy, it is necessary to bring about a new improvement. It is necessary to rectify the shortcomings and faults in the election process. Okay. Now what is EVM machine? EVM machine is the electronic voting machine. It was first used for the election in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Delhi during 1998. It was used everywhere from 2004 onward. Now there is availability of nota. What is nota? NOTA. That means none of the above. That means the voter now has the right to vote to none of the above candidates. Okay, that is nota, NOTA. Now there are some advantages of EVM machine. Let us understand them. It saves tons of paper used to make the ballot paper, thus it helps in conserving the environment. It makes counting of vote much faster, which enable the election officers to declare the result within a short period of time. Now it is helpful for specifically challenged peoples, that is those who are disabled. Okay. Further we move on to 2.8, that is types of elections. General elections for Lok Sabha are held every 5 years. After every 5 years there is a general election for the Lok Sabha. Now if the government loses majority in the parliament before completing this tenure means the time period of that 5 years, or a coalition parties of the government withdraw their support. That is, suppose when there is no final verdict for only one party, 2 or 3 parties come together and make one party. If one of that party withdraw its support to the government, then there is no alternate available, then at that time a mid-term elections are held. Again the elections are held, they are called as mid-term election. Then if an elected member in the Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha resigns, or suppose he dies, then by-elections are held. Okay. So general elections every 5 years. Then if during the 5 years period, if 2 or 3 parties have come together to form a government and the support is withdrawn by the other party, then we have a mid-term election. And if an elected member in the Lok Sabha or Vidhan Sabha resigns or he dies, then we have by-elections. Okay. So inshallah we'll continue next time. Jazakallah.